Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy L Train here with another video. Today we're going to talk about identity and goals. So let's get right into it. Most men don't fail because they have big goals. They fail because their identity isn't ready for the big goals. We often say we want to make six figures. We want to become a millionaire. We want to start a business. We want to build a brand. We want to get in great shape. We want money, power, and respect from our peers and our colleagues. But this new goal requires a new mindset because goals are external, identity is internal. You can't say you want to start a business and become successful and be afraid to take chances and be afraid to take risks. You can't say that you want to become a leader in your company or your job or your career or in your community if you're afraid of all the things that come with leadership. People second guessing you, people doubting you, people not believing you, people even go off their way to try to sabotage what you got going on. These all come with the identity of a leader. These all come with the identity of someone who wants to become successful. So what you need to understand is that your identity is the foundation of who you want to become. What happens a lot for us guys, especially when we get a little bit older, is our image, our self-image doesn't match the goals. And then we start to sabotage the situation. So we start to procrastinate. We make excuses. We fall back in our comfort zones. I've done it myself. You get a little money, start feeling yourself, things start going good, and what happens? You're back in the old nightclubs. You're back in those bars. You're back in those spots that you don't want to be in because they don't serve your next level of life. They don't serve the next level of success. So we have to be careful about falling back in certain comfort zones. The goal is to become the man who has the habits, the consistency, the discipline, and the mindset to get to the next level. You have to build that man up. And it's an everyday process. Your new identity is going to require alignment with your goals because new levels don't respond to the old version of yourself, right? We all make mistakes. We all have shortcomings. We all have things that hold us back, but can you overcome them over and over again as obstacles get thrown our way? And if you keep falling back to the old version of yourself, you can't get to the next level. You can't get to that next goal. So I want you guys to understand that high level results don't rock with the low level standards. It don't rock with low level mindset. You have to become the man first, then the results will follow. All right. So what I've noticed is, especially on social media, is a lot of people can fake the identity part. They can get the fake jewelry, they can rent the expensive cars and act like they own them, and they got this fleet of whips, right? They can rent the luxurious spaces and locations and front like they really live in this type of lifestyle, but they're only doing it for a short time just to make some content. And then you're like, oh, this dude must be traveling all around. Look at all these spots he's at. But understanding that they're kind of faking it. And I don't want you guys to feel like you have to do that. You can shift your identity. You can shift your mindset to achieve big goals if you keep the promises to yourself. If you're locked in on getting daily wins. So if you say, hey, I want to get in great shape. I want to get lean. I want to get jacked. I want to get shredded. I want to be in the best shape for my family, best shape for my business, right? Best shape for your health, right? And so when you work out, that's a win. If you want to become more knowledgeable, and you read every day or a chapter or a new book or an audio book when you hit the gym, that's a win. If you want to grow a business or a brand and you dropping content, that's a win. When you show up for your family, when you show up for your business, when you show up with your responsibilities, that's a win. And we all take losses because that's life. We all take L's. Every winner you know has taken a bunch of L's. Every successful person you know has taken a bunch of L's. That's just life. But if you start to stack up these wins, you start to become a winner. You start to have a winning mindset. And your identity now is of someone who's going to figure it out and is going to make it happen. You're shifting your identity to become a winner. You're shifting your identity to become someone who's successful. So you don't have the negative self-talk, or you can limit it. Once you start shifting your identity, right, then it transforms into a lifestyle. Right? Now it becomes every day. This is the type of stuff I got to do to make this happen. If I got to read, if I got to make content, if I got to make designs, if I got to show up to this job, if I got to go more trainings, I got to get more certification. If this becomes a daily and weekly habit, it becomes a lifestyle. So I want you guys to understand that I don't want you to stress over a goal that you haven't hit yet because you haven't arrived there. I don't want you to stress over X amount of dollars that you want to make. I don't want you to stress because you don't have enough followers or you don't have enough subscribers or you got passive word promotion. I don't want you to stress on the goals. I want you to focus on the man you have to become to get those goals. You focus on the process. You focus on the journey. You focus on the mindset of the person who can make this shit happen, who can change your life. You can do it. I believe in yourself. I believe in you. You should believe in yourself. You should invest in yourself. So you need to build the man who becomes successful. You need to build the habits to become successful. You need to build the habits to become great. And you can do it. It's just an everyday process. All right. This is the message for today. I want you guys to shift your identity, shift your mindset to positive thinking and be aggressive. All right. So believe in yourself. Keep grinding, stay locked in. Don't fall for the fake shit. Don't fall for people fronting on you because you don't have X amount of dollars or X amount of fame or X amount of trinkets and gadgets that successful people claim they have, right? I don't want you guys to fall for that. I want you to stay locked in on what you got and what you can control today. That is the message for today. I want you guys to keep going, never give up, believe in yourself. If you like this type of content, smash the like button, leave a comment. It's always appreciated. Subscribe to the vibe, check out the merch, support the movement. That's the message for today. I'm up out of here. Peace.